Hello and welcome, my friends. Welcome with Cooking with Camille. Today, I meant to cook this morning, but something came up and I didn't. So I'm going to cook real quick today. I'm going to make some chewy brownies. I'm going to attempt to make some chewy brownies. I'm going to make a meatloaf and some boiled potatoes. And yes, I'm going to put some greens. I'll make some collard greens. I'm going to make them in the Instapot. It's only going to take 20 minutes, 17 to 20 minutes. So yes, I'm going to clean the greens. I'm going to put my meatloaf on first. So in the meatloaf, we're going to use, I got some green Chef Carmen's greens. I'm going to put that in there. And I'm going to put some onion garlic powder, some Italian seasoning, and I got some fat salt-free seasoning we're going to use in the greens. Then I'm going to have, I got a turkey tail. We're going to cook this turkey tail in there too. So in the meatloaf, I'm going to put the pepper and the onion and any seasonings that you want, some eggs and some breadcrumbs. And I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of sour cream in there. And we'll go on as we go along. So you can do your meatloaf however you want. This is a fast way of cooking today. So we're going to do the meatloaf. I'm going to show you all I do as I go. We're going to preheat the oven to 350. Okay, what we're going to do first is start with our meatloaf and going to get it out the way. So I got the meatloaf here. We're going to add our dice. I got, instead of a green pepper, I had an orange pepper and some onion. We're going to add that to our mix. Add that to our mix. I got some breadcrumbs, about a cup of breadcrumbs. Gonna add some salt-free seasoning. That's the thing now. We don't want all that salt in there, so we're gonna do that. About a teaspoon. Then I'm gonna add some Carmen's Italian seasoning. It just gives it flavor. You can use your other Italian. I'm using hers because it has no salt in it. It's just seasoning only. I'm going to add 2 eggs. Can you see? Oh, forgot that I'm not doing that. I said I'm going to start doing it in a bowl. Well, I already done it now. Start doing it in a bowl in case your eggs are rotten. I got a habit of doing that. I gotta stop doing that because I'm rushing. Okay. Okay, and I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of sour cream. I had some left in another one, and I'm gonna finish use another one large one, and that one. That's just to make it just makes the meat more tender and softer and smoother. Then I'm gonna add whatever spaghetti sauce, ketchup, whatever you want, red sauce. Add about a cup of that. And then we're just going to mix it together. And oh yes, add about a half a teaspoon of pepper and a half a teaspoon of onion powder. And then mix it all together. And the only reason using my hands, it mixed better because the meat was still frozen. That's one reason why I didn't cook it this morning. Because the meat, I thawed it out in the refrigerator and it's still frozen a little bit, so that's why I'm mixing it with my hands real good. Then after you mix it all together, then this was enough to make 2 loaves. Then mold it to how you want it mold. This will be enough for 2 days. We'll be having meatloaf sandwiches tomorrow. I won't be cooking. Just mold it together how you want it. Make sure you mixed it all good. We're not going to add no sauce on it till almost done. Okay, and I like to score mine on the top. Score it so it can get, usually, I don't know, it's just a habit my mom used to do, and I'm doing it. She said it gets done. I don't know how it's supposed to get done in the middle, but that's what she did, score it. Okay, and then we're going to put this in the oven for 1 hour exactly, 55 minutes to an hour, okay? And while we're doing that, we're going to mix our, clean our greens. Okay, y'all, the brownies are in, the meatloaf's in. Now Let me wash my greens. Okay, now I got the Instant Pot out, and I cut my turkey tails. They frozen, but once they get the cooking, it'll cook down and they'll all go. So I'm gonna put a little olive oil in here. Oops. Well, you know what? I'm gonna put some, let's put a little butter. Put some butter in there to saute with, I'm gonna put a half a stick of butter. Okay. We're gonna put it on saute. And we're gonna drop this in there, all the meat in there. And then I'm gonna cut up an onion, the other half of the onion that went in the meatloaf. It's orange. And you can put a chunk, dice, however you want it. I'm gonna put that in there to saute. Y'all, I love this pot. This pot cooked greens 17 to 20 minutes. I usually don't buy bag greens, but it was a last minute thing I wanted. I was gonna do some green beans, and I said, nah, I don't want no green beans. I got to taste for some greens. So I said, I ran and got some bag greens real quick. Just 2 bags. But because usually I don't buy the bags because they have so many stems. That's what I hate about them, so many stems. But you know what? This one wasn't too bad. I picked out 2 good bags this time. So then just put your onion in there. And then I'm going to sprinkle some crushed red pepper. Crushed red pepper, we're going to do about 1/3 of a spoon. I don't want them too hot. It got me coughing already. Gee. Okay, and then I'm going to put a little onion powder in there to season those onions. And then we're just going to let that simmer and start simmering. Saute, rather. Okay, I'm going to add these peppers to get rid of them. So I only had a half a pepper left, so I might as well use it up. And we're going to stir that up. Y'all hear it sizzling? Let me show y'all what it looked like. We're just going to saute that till they get a little browner. Then we'll add the greens. And you don't want to add too much water. Maybe a cup of water. And then we're going to set, I don't have a green setting, but the last time I set it on soup. And it was perfect. This time I think I'm going to set it on meat, stew meat. It still cooked fast. But the soup was just perfect. Okay? Okay, I'm going to add half of them in there. I'm seeing a couple of them more big stems. I don't want to put, I do half. And then we're going to, with the half, I'm going to add Carmen's green seasoning. I used this the last time I cooked greens. It just gave it a wonderful taste. And I put some of that in there. And put some onion powder. Onion powder. And I'm going to put some of this, just a very little of this salt-free seasoning. And some Italian seasoning. Oh, where's my Italian seasoning? Here it is. Carmen's Italian seasoning. Now, you could order her stuff, like I told before, off I Got You Seasoning. I Got You Seasoning. Chef Carmen from Atlanta. She has, she got a special. I think you get either 3 or 4 for $29.99, but you got to buy certain ones. But I bought the certain ones, and then I end up buying other ones too. Then add the rest of the greens and do the same thing. Okay? Add the same seasonings on top. I'm going to add a little. People usually use bacon drippings. I'm using chicken drippings. Okay? I'm going to add some chicken drippings from when I fried chicken. Because I won't put in these greens. I didn't want to take no dinner drill. Okay, and then I'm going to just add a tablespoon of sugar. And then we're going to set and put the top on there. That's all we're gonna do. And we're gonna put the top on there and let it cook. It's almost time for my brownies to come out. And then you cut this off and set it. I'm gonna set it on meat. Meat to give it 35 minutes. If I set it on soup, it's 25 minutes. I think I'm gonna set it on soup because it was perfect. It's only 2 bags. And then we're gonna hit start. It's on soup, it's on now. And we wanna keep it warm. That's all you do. Look how simple that was. And we're gonna wait. It's gotta pressure it up. And then we'll be done. Meatloaf. Now we'll put our potatoes on. It's cooking, y'all hear it? It's cooking. Okay, guess what? Y'all, I want to thank Tiny Love. She gave me the plaster for Christmas and I love it. I love this thing. Can't never have a better gift. Okay, we got our potatoes on. We're just going to boil them with some parsley potatoes. You don't hear my dog acting the food because he ain't allowed in the kitchen when I'm cooking. We have 10 minutes on our greens, and 10 minutes on our potatoes, and 5 minutes on our meatloaf. Y'all, look at this. They turned out good. Look at them. But that's only 2 bags. But that's enough for 2 people. It's enough for 2 people. And the meatloaf and the potatoes are still cooking. Y'all, look at my brownies. They look good. Some big walnuts. Lovely. Cornbread done. Look at that. Look at that, y'all. Yes. Y'all better ask somebody. I'm just waiting on the potatoes. We'll plate up. Right, here we go. The plate. Some collard greens, meatloaf, some parsley potatoes, cornbread, tomatoes and onions, and a brownie. Don't that look good, y'all? Quick, easy meal. Y'all, I made it within less than an hour and a half with the Instapot. God bless y'all. Please like, share, subscribe, and tell me what you think. Okay? See y'all in a couple of days because I'm not cooking tomorrow. We got enough. Let me go in here and finish watching the Browns lose. Bye-bye. God bless y'all. That's collard greens, meatloaf, potatoes, cornbread, tomatoes and onions, and a delicious brownie.